News every 15 minutes, weather every 10, and sports twice an hour.
Newstalk KGVO, AM 1290 and 98.3 FM.
You're listening to Montana Morning with Peter Christian.
Zinke hints at a reprieve for a Montana monument. Good morning, everyone. It's Montana Morning. It's Thursday, June 29, 2017. Cloudy sky, 57 degrees in Missoula right now. And our newscast this morning, sponsored by Bulls Eyewear, Missoula's only certified master optician, on South Preserve across from Larchmont Golf Course. Give them a call, 552-1299. One of our top stories we'll be covering today, Interior Secretary Ryan Zinke says changes to Montana's Upper Missouri River Breaks National Monument will probably not happen. The Great Falls Tribune reports Zinke announced Tuesday he likely won't recommend changes to the 586-square-mile monument that President Bill Clinton created in 2001 using the Antiquities Act. Zinke has been acting out President Donald Trump's directive to review all monuments larger than 156 square miles that were created since 1996. Trump called for the review in response to past presidents' use of executive orders to create national monuments. Zinke says in the case of the Breaks Monument, quote, he'd rather not open up a wound that is already healed, end quote. Governor Steve Bullock sent a letter to Zinke last week asking him to keep the Breaks Monument unchanged. Fire season's well underway now in the Bitterroot National Forest, where crews are working to take down 2 fires that were detected over the past few days. Bitterroot National Forest Information Officer Johnny Lubke has more.
We've been having some lightning storms going through the last couple days, and one of our lookouts has discovered 2 different fires, one discovered on the 26th and one on the 27th. The North Trapper Fire is 1.2 acres, and the Sula Creek Fire is 1/10 of an acre. The Sula Creek Fire was contained last night. The North Trapper Fire will probably take them a couple days just because the terrain that it's in is very rocky.
Even though the lightning spark fires are the problem right now, humans, she says, have started the most burns so far this year.
We've had 5 human-caused fires and 4 lightning fires this summer, just little ones that we got taken out.
According to Lupke, those human-caused fires were all out-of-control campfires. 2 Democratic governors are saying that the Senate health care proposal would devastate their conservative-leaning states. Montana Governor Steve Bullock joined Louisiana Governor John Bel Edwards yesterday for a call with reporters outlining their concerns about Republican efforts in Washington to dismantle the Obama administration's Affordable Care Act. Bullock said GOP proposals would hurt rural communities. A report released by the Montana Healthcare Foundation yesterday said the state could lose $5.3 billion in federal health funds between 2020 and 2026 if the current Senate plan were to pass. Mounting opposition from some Republicans is forcing the Senate's GOP leadership to make their plans more palatable. Bullock and Edwards want Congress to preserve a Medicaid expansion program they say will keep more people insured. Now, speaking of Medicaid, Senator Steve Daines held a Telethon meeting last night and was asked about the Republican health care bill and Medicaid. He began with a history lesson that Medicaid was designed for a very specific purpose.
Medicaid is designed, and it's originally, and it was the case until Obamacare, Medicaid is focused on helping the poorest of the poor who are not eligible for Medicare, but it's the very poor, it's the blind and other disabled Montanans. It is pregnant moms, and it is children.
Daines said President Obama's plan was to greatly expand Medicaid for a population it was not intended to serve.
Obamacare expanded Medicaid, and it allowed able-bodied adults with no children to receive Medicaid at 100% covered cost by the federal government. The problem is that it's led to a significant spending spree that's adding to our already $20 trillion debt.
Daines said he was waiting to hear from constituents before weighing in on the Republican health care plan. Members of the U.S. House are assigned to 2 committees when they'll have a larger role than other representatives in shaping U.S. policy and procedures. Montana's newly appointed and elected Congressman Greg Gianforte received word this week that he's been placed on the House Committee on Natural Resources for the 115th Congress.
I think in a large part, effective leadership here will allow us to revitalize Montana's natural resources in a responsible way. Because of its oversight in public lands, there's an opportunity to work to improve access for sportsmen, and I look forward to doing that as well.
Gianforte will also be serving with South Carolina Representative Trey Gowdy on the House Committee on Oversight and Government Reform, an assignment that may put to use his knowledge in the tech industry.
It essentially is the oversight committee for the administration, all of the agencies, and all of Congress. And interestingly, it also has oversight in government operations, particularly in computer systems. In fact, some of the work they're doing right now is focused specifically on modernizing government technology. And I think I could bring something to the table there.
Gianforte has previously said he'd be happy with any assignment, but that he was hoping for a position in an agricultural committee or an armed services committee. The Fort Peck tribes have filed a complaint against Wolf Point School District, alleging pervasive discrimination against Native American students in violation of federal law. The complaint alleges tribal students do not have equal access to education and extracurricular activities and are often treated so badly by fellow students, teachers, and administrators that they quit athletic teams, drop out, or transfer to other schools, and some contemplate or attempt or complete suicide. The Assiniboine and Sioux tribes at the Fort Peck Indian Reservation are asking the federal Education and Justice Departments to investigate allegations that Native Americans are disciplined more than white students and are not encouraged to take advanced classes. Attorneys for the school say the district strives to meet its obligations under the law and will cooperate with any federal investigation. Violent crimes take their toll on victims, but also on the prosecutors and law enforcement personnel who bring charges against the perpetrators day after day. Missoula County Attorney Kirsten Pabst has been recognized by the National Association of Counties with a 100 Brilliant Ideas at Work Award for treatment of what is called secondary trauma.
They're learning about how trauma not only affects victims and their recall and witnesses and their ability to recall traumatic events, but trauma also affects those of us who work in the field, and it has documentably negative cumulative effects on folks.
One of the aspects of the secondary trauma program is receiving counseling for the effects of their experiences.
We started working with jurors and law enforcement and having traumatic incident debriefing with a trauma-informed counselor and helping jurors, for example, in the Gomez trial, who had to listen to that horrible testimony. We learned that it was really bothering some of them. In fact, our foreperson almost dropped out because he was having a hard time sleeping. Pabst
said the National Association of Counties will be presenting the award in Columbus, Ohio in July, but she has a scheduling conflict and cannot attend the event. Jeff Bridges has played a president in movies, but when it comes to critiquing the role of President Donald Trump, the actor is more laid back than dramatic. Kathy Griffin and Johnny Depp came under fire recently for their critiques of Trump, but Bridges on Wednesday advocated a more, shall we say, chilled-out approach. What would the dude do? Well, the Oscar winner said he would continue rooting for the president, quote, to do the cool thing, end quote. That includes ending child hunger in the U.S., which is a topic Bridges spoke about yesterday at the Western Governors Association in Whitefish, to raise awareness about the No Kid Hungry campaign. Our news talk time now, 6:13.
News Talk, KGVO.
Missoula's official weather station.
We've got a 50% chance of rain, mainly before 1 o'clock today in Missoula. We're looking at a high of 73 degrees. Tonight, it will stay cool, a low of 50, and there's another chance of rain, mainly before 7 o'clock. Tomorrow is looking perfect. I'm Barrett Tryon for NBC Montana.